Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie Cabin Fever 2, Spring Fever. This one pretty much takes up shortly after the ending of the first one, where poor Paul has been hanging out down by the creek a little bit too long, and he's somehow infected the water. So, as if Paul's problems couldn't get any worse, he steps out onto the highway and he is taken out by what you see right there. But that's not what this movie's all about. It's all about the prom. And some kid named John is wanting to ask out his longtime crush Cassie, but, well, Cassie has a boyfriend and, well, as you would guess, he's kind of a jerk. So John's friend Alex wants to go to the prom with a girl named Liz. Only thing is that Liz, well, she's gonna try to make it if she can get off work. So as you would guess, the water that was bottled in the first one goes to the local high school, and you guessed it, everybody gets infected, and everything goes from bad to worse to much worse. I won't go into detail what happened if you haven't seen it. So Cassie, John, and Alex are the only ones who are trying to get out of there. But unfortunately, Cassie and John are pretty much the only ones to get through it. John winds up distracting some soldiers from the Contamination Control Division, who are just a little bit too trigger happy if you ask me. And Cassie gets a ride on out of there, but unfortunately it shows that she was infected by the water. And the movie ends with Liz, and it turns out she was a stripper. And Liz winds up infecting the clientele of the strip club. Which, of course, pretty much leads us to Cabin Fever 3. The only one I could say who started in this movie was Ryder Strong, who was in the first one. And he wasn't even in this movie very long at all, so I guess kind of a shame. So, why did this movie suck? Well, oh boy, where do I begin? Honestly, I just didn't care for this one probably a little bit more than I didn't care for the first one. Now, if you saw my review of the first one, then you pretty much know why I hated it. So why did I hate this one? Because, to be quite honest with you, it was over the top with the gore. I mean, way over the top. And why on earth call it Cabin Fever 2 when it takes place mostly at a high school? I don't know. Oh, pardon me. There was just so much wrong with this movie, and so many things in it that really made me feel extremely uncomfortable. I think in a way, this movie tried to be, as the old saying goes, gross for the sake of being gross. I don't think Eli Roth had anything to do with this one, so that was sort of a plus for me, but honestly, it was almost as if they said, well, what couldn't we get away with in the first one? Well, we're going to try and do it in the second one. Wait, it's not going to be released in theaters? Okay, well then we can get away with a whole lot more for this one, because if it's going to go straight to DVD, then who cares, right? Oh man. I don't know. This movie was really, really bad, and it just seemed like that the gore effects, and a lot of it just wasn't great. I mean, the gore effects from the first one were pretty decent and pretty good. This one, it was like... Brain Damage Films puts in better gore than this. Sometimes. But there you guys have it, a review of Cabin Fever 2 Spring Fever. And if you're wondering, will there be a review of Cabin Fever 3? Well, that one's up to you guys. If you want to see it happen, let me hear from you guys in the comments below. And speaking of the comments below, if you've seen this one, I'd love to hear from you guys what you think about it, whether you agree or disagree. And of course, if you like my videos, always feel free to subscribe. If you got a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, or fantasy horror movie that gave you a fever, no matter what time of season it was, or just a fever of being really ill from watching a really bad horror movie, send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching. And until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.